just reached Tambu Sahib Gurdwara, which is just a little bit further down the road from some of the others. This Gurdwara has a lot of history attached, especially to the concept of Langar, which I featured in one of my videos, Sajjasada, where the history of Langar originates. When Guru Nanak Dev Ji spent his 20 rupees feeding the poor, he actually came to this place and he hid under a tree. That tree is called a tambu. He hid there, he slept there. When his dad found out, he came over, slapped him and took him home. His dad was actually reprimanded by the ruler within this area, Raibulat Patti, and said, you shouldn't have hit your child. There's a sense of divinity in him, and the child is special. What he did was very noble. And so this place has a lot of history attached to the Langar, which a lot of us take for granted. A lot of people have made videos actually on the Langar in places like the Golden Temple in Amritsar, Bangla Sahib in Delhi. A lot of YouTubers. I even remember the guy from MasterChef. Forgot his name, not Greg Wallace, the other one. I think he's Australian. He went there and he was actually overwhelmed by it. So it does hit a lot of people who see something like that for the first time, especially when you think about 10,000 people get fed at the Golden Temple every single day. And then the history of this place is attached to it because it follows on from that event of where that tradition actually started. So being here is nice to see more history attached to our religion. What I do find a bit what I don't like about what's going on here is that the original Gurdwara has actually been demolished and they're building a new one, which I'll show you. It's this one here. It's actually quite a nice structure, to be honest, so I'll give that, but I just think when you demolish something that's attached to history, rather than demolishing it, I believe in renovating it, because you're losing the actual look of that time of when it was first built. And so I don't agree with what's done, but it's authorities when they're in charge and what they do, I guess it's up to them, because they're the ones in charge. But I mean, it's not a bad concept that they've got here, the design of it. It does look quite nice, but I mean, if it wasn't a Gurdwara of historical importance, I probably wouldn't say much. So I mean, if it was one in the UK, for example, an existing building that was then demolished and rebuilt, like there've been many like that in the UK and other countries, but this has historical significance, and that's what I find a bit out of order, I think, and it's something that I wasn't expecting, because I expected to see the original one, the original building, but it's not here, because what they've done is they're using this area here, and I'll go into here in just a minute. But the original structure, I unfortunately have not been able to see the original structure. I should have come here a few years ago, really, because I've got a feeling that even some of the others, as time goes on, I think the plan is more for rebuilding rather than renovation, which is not something that I agree in. Considering that especially in Europe, we've got so many churches there that go back 1,000 years maybe or more, and the wonderful thing is that they've kept renovating them, and they've kept the original design, the original structure, and they renovate in that same fashion. We're lucky in the UK, we've got organisations and charities that look after this and make sure these get maintained. But sadly, this one today here has not left me in the best of spirits, because I would have liked to see the original one. But then again, I am at that place and I want to go and actually see the tree that's in history now, because as being the place where Guru Nanak Dev Ji hid from his father, because he spent 20 rupees feeding the poor. So for doing something noble, he had to hide. So let's see what that place is like. And like I say, that led to the free kitchens that we've got in every Gurdwara now, and the fantastic work that they do. So it's not all that bad, is it? So I'm just walking around that tree where Guru Nanak Dev Ji had to hide. This is where he slept, It's actually covered, surrounded by a gate now, so I can't get entry to it. And actually, I wouldn't want to get entry to it; it might ruin it. Next time you have langar in a Gurdwara, remember Guru Nanak Dev Ji had to take a few slaps from his father to start this. So there's a lot of history behind things that happen, and there's a lot of meaning behind things what happen. And I think we have to appreciate. I actually have to watch where I'm walking because this ground is up and down. I might fall over. So like I was saying, yeah, we should appreciate what we have, because there is history attached to it, and a lot of things happen for us to be able to enjoy what we've got, and so that, especially I always find the langar part of a Gurdwara the most fascinating part, because it just gives you that, if you want to say that everyone's equal, then you have to sit together and eat. I don't think there's anything that can be a message can be brought in a better way than that, and it's something I think that needs to be taught to people as well, to bring about change in the world as well, because there's a lot of places where there's not equality. There's not equality. I don't think there's true equality anywhere, but it's something that we need to bring about, and I like this concept of langar and the free kitchens and what it does for people, not just Sikhism. It does a lot for people of other faiths as well, which is what I like about it, and that's the true message of what it is. It's very easy being a Sikh, eating langar in a Gurdwara. It's free food. It's something that you know anyway, and you do. But when you have people from other religions eating, like I've seen, especially in Pakistan, most of the people who've been eating in the langar halls have been Muslims, and so there's no greater message than that, really. So there's people from other faiths that are benefiting from it, which like they should, because it's open to everyone. Everyone comes in, and I'll say this as well. They're actually helping out and working and doing their seva, which is selfless service, and they're contributing, and they feel it as their own as well, and that's the uniqueness here, I think. Of seeing it, because I had some thoughts earlier on that maybe I won't find many Muslims here in the actual Gurdwara, but there've been quite a few. Gurdwara Sahib, where I was, there was lots of groups there, lots of people who were there, and even at the others, I've seen plenty of Muslims there, helping, working, contributing. And it's lovely to see as well, especially when you come to these historical places, because that's where you have true history attached. Maybe places like Bethlehem in Israel have similar significance. Mecca, Medina in Saudi Arabia, similar significance, and I'm sure that people who are of other faiths love it when they go to these places, and the satisfaction that I get, I suppose, that from these places. I like to visit these places because I like to learn about history, learn about travel, but also sometimes there's deeper messages as well that you've got to learn, and share those about as well, because like I said, I've seen a lot of YouTubers film in the Golden Temple. 10,000 people it serves every day, and there's a lot of people who go there, make videos, and in a very positive light as well, and I just wanted to show that the history of that, where it came from, what it means, how it came about, and how it's going to continue till the end of time.